Good morning, early risers. This is your official invitation to get ready for Friday. Yes, it's the final day of the week and the weekend is around the corner, but you just need to hold on to that last bit of energy for the last 50 yards, or should I say the last 8 hours that you have to put in at work today. But we're here to ensure that you have that energy and maybe a little extra to carry you into the evening as well. So, without further ado, welcome to DBS This Morning. Let's kick things off with our morning news highlights. Thank you so much to our dedicated news team for keeping us so well informed about what's happening here in St. Lucia. And you can also tune in throughout the day at midday or this evening for more from our news team. All right, guys, I know that you're ready to head into the show, but we got to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, DVS family. Today we're sharing this view with a not so small young man, but we're looking into things on the side of esports and gaming. And like I like to say, you know, we always have the right resources to keep you informed and to keep ourselves informed about what's happening here in St. Lucia and the latest developmental developments.
Okay, so I'm Valis Franklin and I'm the president and director of Most Maniacal Gaming St. Lucia Esports. We are both endorsed by the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development, and also we am the facilitator of the esports program at the St. Lucia Sports Academy. I stand with you today as a designated individual responsible for the development, governance, and I would say they're representing the ideals of all gamers, all aspiring gamers, casual gamers, semi-amateur, and those who want to be actual pro gamers. We at Most Maniacal Gaming, since inception, we were attached to a previous youth group called Source Crew. Now, with the development and the trajectory esports was heading, we decided to step away and focus on the dynamics of the principles of business that we could encompass into competitive gaming. Back in the day, they have the stigma, you go to this, you go to an arcade, you go to this, that the individual is a game zob. We tried to, we endeavored to eradicate that. The reason why we chose Maniacal Gaming because I was attached to a TV show called Gamer Vibe, and I was known as the maniacal one. And I could remember every time I go to particular companies or individuals, they'd be like, that's crazy. So I was like, you know what, let's make the crazy a reality. So we created Most Maniacal Gaming, and from there we've expanded our resources, expanded our technologies, our expertise. We have a well-grounded, well-rounded group of individuals, young professionals within production, administration. We have some cosplayers who's actually into events coordination as well. So we have a facet of, I would say, professionalism for everything that we need to do in esports. I know all of you are wondering, what is esports?
Yeah.
Esports is the sport of competitive video gaming. I mean, for anybody that actually play any type of game on a competitive level, we could be on a semi-pro level, casual or whatnot, we, Most Maniacal Gaming, we are solely responsible for the development of initiatives, both academically and also within the sporting world.
All right, so if I know there's the Call of Duty players, but if I play in my Ludo and my Candy Crush, you'll still have my back?
Yes, anything that actually has a particular format of tournament, and by formats, just like any traditional tournament, we have double eliminations, Swiss round eliminations, anything that has a entity or vessel that actually you can compete in is considered an e-sport, more or less. It's electronic sport, by the way.
All right. Yeah. One thing we like to note is that St. Lucians tend to dominate in every field we adventure into. Yeah. And I know there's been some recent success for Ulrich in the field of esports. So what's that like?
It's a tremendous thing, he is one of few that actually continue to grind within the Caribbean. Is well recognized right now. We have considerable players who was actually at the Singapore Global Esports Games. We are attached to several federations. Globally, we are attached to the PAMESCO. I am the Social Development Commissioner of PAMESCO. PAMESCO stands for the Pan American Esports Consortium. I'm also attached to Caribbean Esports Federation Alliance, co-founder. My vice president, Donnelly John, is actually one of the co-founders of said entity as well. We are a group of individuals from Panama to Puerto Rico, all the way down to Guyana and French Guyana, Caye. So with Ulrich he came to us as a young individual. I mean, we tend to try and grow them from young. We try to own their skills from young, because esports is a really taxing sport, in the sense that you have to grind sometimes 6 to 7 hours a day, depending on how far you want to go. And you could see his results are bearing fruit. I remember the last hurricane that affected us. It affected his last chance from to qualify for the Capcom Pro Tour. And a lot of players, a lot of individuals around the world, they was looking forward to seeing Ricky G's laurel. Now, with the inclusion of the Global Esports Federation and the St. Lucia Federation, which is the most maniacal game in St. Lucia Esports, we endeavored, we had a trip where it took a delegation of myself, Honorable Kenson Kazimi, Ron DB, who's our General Secretary, and Ulrich, which is our player. And he did very well. He impressed everybody within the brackets. He actually couldn't make it out of pools to go to grand finals by 1 point. And he was in a bracket with the Pakistani CPT winner. He was in the Middle East Capcom Pro Tour winner. So all these individuals being in that bracket to actually amass that amount of points to almost make it out of the pools, that was really impressive. He was tied for 9th in a bracket of 40-something top pro gamers in the world. And that was really something else. I'm proud of him. Yeah, he actually won many titles over the years, with in the inclusion of bigger games, and also within St. Lucia as well, against some of his predecessors. I would say his masters. Yeah.
All right, well, that's a success story that we all really need to take note of, because sometimes we see the kids playing video games. I know I have my little games that we be playing recently, but you see that kids playing games, and sometimes the parents don't really identify any possible, growth in that industry for them.
Now, that's the funny thing, before 5 years ago, if I told anybody about esports, they would be like, nah, and knees and no's, hits and misses. But right now, with that, everyone I've spoken to, especially as far as the tourism and the creative industries, is that you found that they understood what esports. They saw the economical impact of esports. If you develop esports, how far it can go, because everybody plays. I mean, if we go on my status right now, I see a lot of people playing PUBG, a lot of individuals who actually play some real hardcore stuff. I myself I've placed the administrative hat on my head, so I was aspiring pro, but I'm no longer aspiring pro. Right now I represent the ideals of those who were like me. So now that we actually have the facilitation installed in terms of having a home, umbrella, branches to go to, now that we have the resources, now we actually have the magnifying glass over esports, I believe right now any parent can see the total benefit and positives that comes from gaming. Because even my students, I tell them that one of the pros and cons of just gaming in particular, it feeds anxieties, it develops hand-to-eye coordination, it allows you to adapt and create that kind of brain pattern for you to always think fast, quick decisions. It also, with like any traditional sport, we have like a code of conduct that we must install. I mean, if you're a player, if you're a gamer, I'm a national athlete as well. I'm attached to the St. Lucia Rugby Union. So we have that level of professionalism and sportsmanship that is actually installed and instilled into our players. So there's a lot of benefits and perks. I know some of my students, some of them can be really, I would say, loud and whatnot, but then when they come to my class, you find that I can easily reel them in and get them to be settled. And like I said, being a sportsman myself, I directly use my ability to coach them and teach them the core positive principles of being a sportsman, especially within esports.
All right. I can be 100% sure that there are kids out there looking at the screen right now. Mommy, I want to do that. So please provide the parents the information on how the kids can get involved.
All right. Okay. So right now, we're currently working on our community development initiative. Hopefully that can turn a key by the end of July. However, if they want to find out more updates on how they can be part of the federation, because being part of the federation is vital. You can part of the federation as as a player, you become part of the federation as a unit, where it's a team or whatnot. You have your team, your friends want to be a team. You get registered with the federation. You could look for us on Instagram at MMG St. Lucia. MMG Esports St. Lucia, or you could just go Most Maniacal Gaming. I guess I'm going to probably just spell it for you guys. I give you a paper and then you will just put it at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
You could look for us on all platforms, YouTube, everything. And you can get, I have a number. You could also message that number 285-9966. It is actually a number that we use for people that want to come in to be recruited. The next wave of because right now, I'm not sure if you know of the development with the Commonwealth Games, where right now they have the first ever Commonwealth Esports Championships. Now we are part of the Global Esports Federation. We just concluded our second preparation meeting for it, and a few national selection tournaments will be on the way, and that is something that's going to be it's for the entire island, not just a particular sector or region. So they could actually see how we've going on the pages on Twitter, whatnot, and see when we're going to be posting the dates for these qualifications, the locations, and how they can be part of it. Like anything else, like any sport, we do tend to have age restrictions. We don't have too much of a gender restriction when it comes to gaming. However, we do have qualifications for both male and female.
Okay.
All right, so females don't have to feel like I'm gonna compete against boys. No, you understand?
We're not afraid of them. We're not afraid of them.
We actually have some really, really top-notch players. Actually, really, really top-notch female players that I'd like to give honorable mention to. Malice. Malice is one of the best Call of Duty players, and also Shana as well. She plays a lot of top-notch shooters. I know for sure I cannot beat them. But yeah, that's one way you could get engaged. And I always tell people that keep a lookout, because you follow our social media platforms. We're doing much more publications. I'm not too sure if you'll have me again, or you might.
Of course, we're gonna have to check in with you again for us to keep up with everything that's
going on. Probably was special.
Yeah. Look out for it.
All right. So just keep your eyes tuned to social media, guys. Use the number. We will be able to contact you. We have a database of 1,000-something active players.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 1,000-something active players. We actually re-engaging, go back to them, talk to them, tell them about where the future lies with esports, and how can it benefit them, honestly.
Okay, guys, well, you have all the information. You have the phone number, you have the social media links. So I think you are very well equipped to get involved in the local esports arena. The landscape, you guys are booming right now.
Yeah. Well, we like to call it an ecosystem, because everything have to thrive and exist with each other. So you become part of the ecosystem, part of the fraternity. It's like a brotherhood at the end of the day. Like I said, there's strength in numbers. All right?
Absolutely. All right. Before we let him go, we have to send things off with a final good morning.
Just have to say good morning.
You have to say good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome back, GBS family. So we started off the week on a high note with a visit from the man himself, Teddyson John, and it's only fair that we end off the week with him as well. He's put out a new song, Howdy, and there's a new dance out there as well that we need to learn in time for the up-and-coming carnival season. So without further ado, we give you Howdy by Teddyson John.
again. Hold the vibe and bounce with your friend. Country mix with a soca blend. Hold the vibe and bounce with your friend, lad. The thing come back again. Hold the vibe and bounce with your friend. Oh, the thing come back again. Come back, come back. Hey, give me a rhythm and a bass, and so we coming down. And everybody in the place jumping and having fun. Oh yeah, you with your crew over there. Oh, yeah. And link up with the crew down there. Oh, yeah. Everybody hands in the air. Hey. Bounce around right there. Howdy, 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 howdy. Boy, give me a rhythm and say why, yeah, yeah, why, yeah, yeah. Howdy, 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 howdy. I let it feel so nice, really nice, so nice. Look to the person next to you and say, nice to meet you, glad to meet you, so nice to meet you, glad to meet you, good to meet you, nice to meet you, so nice to meet you. Hey, it's me again. Settle down, settle down, settle down, settle down, settle. Yeah, icebreaker. Oh.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this morning's Soca Size session. Leading the wine, we have Sarah, Laurie, and Shani. Let's get ready to sweat with Soca Size. For this morning's workout, we will be doing a wine and tone routine to In Stock by Vibes Cartel. Let's go. So we're going to begin knee, knee, roll, sit. 3, 2, 1, and. Get those knees up. 4 more. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Our arms, 3 of them. 3, 2, hold. 3, 2, hold. 3, 2. We're gonna kick and roll. Kick and roll. Low impact, you're following Laurie. You can give me it low, that's fine. 3 more. 2. Last one. Left side, knee. Four more. Our arms for 3. 3. Last one. Kick. Last one. Knee.
We go in a delight, happy nice, lucky door. Set you by your need, naffy score. Set the ballador when you wine, watch it roll. Girl, you are me queen, and me wife.
4 more.
Your money for your spree, for your right, for your rule. Could do be free every night, every night. Sachi for Sachi, be your for the Lord. Chanel for Chanel, put her to
pump it. 3.
Tell you what, hotter than the rest. Tell you better than the rest. No girl, can't test.
Kick.
Kick out your foot away, you have in stop. Just tie it on right, tell you have in stop. Just good, tell you have in stop. Just tie it on right, tell you have in stop.
4.
Kick out your foot away, you have in stop.
3. 2.
Tell you have in stop.
1. End. That was this morning's session. Thank you for choosing to flaunt with Soca Size. We hope that you're feeling sexy, sultry, and strong.
And with that, we come to an end of today's show. Thank you so much for joining us, and I really hope that you had a good time here on DBS this morning. This is your invitation to go off, flourish, and have a wonderful day. and get ready for the weekend. You have 2 days of rest, relaxation, and personal business ahead. Really hope you have a great one. I'll see you guys on Monday.